Hey guys, it's Rachel here. So this week I'm back with the behind the scenes information on the film that I was in. If you totally have no idea what I mean, my last video was actually announcing that I'm in a film. I've talked about the project before, but I was finally able to release info about it and tell you guys all about it. And the film is actually displayed in a museum center, so I actually vlogged myself going to the museum, seeing the film for the first time, and I put it into a video for you guys. So that's what my last video was, just talking all about the film and my character and everything. So if you're interested in hearing about all the information about the film, make sure you go check out that video. But I asked you guys if you wanted to see a behind the scenes video on my audition, how I found out I got the role, how it was on set of this project. And you guys said yes, so that's what this video is going to be, just talking about all of that stuff, my audition and my on-set experience. Also, I just wanted to say a little disclaimer, I'm not in any way trying to brag about this role. It's definitely a small project. It's not the biggest thing I could have ever gotten, but it's something that I'm very, very proud of the outcome. It was a lot of fun to film, and we have this really good acting community going on this channel, and I wanted to tell you guys about it and you wanted to hear it. I got so many requests to do this video, and I'm so excited to talk about it because it was a very exciting time in my life when I got to book a role and go on set for it and everything. So that's what this video is going to be. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm not bragging. You asked for it, so I want to give you the content that you want to see. So without further ado, let's just get started. So let's take it back to about May 2016. It seems like so long ago now, but May 2016, I was a senior in high school. I was about to graduate, I was about to get out of there, you know. And at that time I was actually getting some auditions. You know, sometimes throughout the year it gets a little bit low and I get auditions from my agent, but I was getting some. And I happened to get an audition for this museum film. I didn't hardly know anything about it, as you usually don't when you get an audition notice, but the character seemed cool, the project seemed really cool, so I thought, hey, why not? I actually wasn't able to go into my agency to film the audition this time, so I literally just filmed it in my room against a blank white wall. And I remember being so stressed out that day. I had to get another audition filmed, and I actually didn't know the lines very well for this audition. That's terrible to say, but I was not really prepared for this audition. I had a limited time after school to get it done, I remember, and I was sitting there filming it take after take after take, and it was actually late. This sounds like the worst example ever, I'm trying to act like it, no. This is probably what you should not do to an audition, no. But I finally got a take that I was happy with, and I remember editing it really fast and emailing my agent I'm so sorry, but this is late, will you still accept it? And so she kept the thing open for me longer so that I could still submit it. And so here I'll insert my audition tape. I edited the slate out, but you can see the actual audition. My dearest John, I was just studying the other day whose turn it was to write. Mine or yours. I couldn't come up with any satisfactory conclusion when your letter arrived. And of course I was the debtor. Just never managed to sit down and write. We have had rather exciting times in Indiana these past few weeks, and have had a few of the miseries of the South pictured to us in a small degree. On the memorable 9th of July, a visit was paid to the citizens of Corydon and vicinity by Morgan and his herd of horse thieves. So yeah, it's really not that good in my opinion. I don't really know why they picked me. I don't think that it was that convincing or anything. It's one of those auditions that I wasn't super proud of because I was so stressed. But little did I know, they ended up picking me. Let me tell you guys how I found out. So I remember one day I was just casually at school, you know, hating my life. I remember I got the text. My mom texted me and said, your agent just called me, I think you booked this job. They sounded interested, I think you booked this job. And so I was obviously going crazy, I hadn't booked anything in a long time. So I was going crazy. I'm yes, I booked this role. I remember texting my dad and all of my best friends that knew that I auditioned for it and everything. And then I ended up getting a little bit more information from my mom. I called her and she said, well, they said that you're on hold for the project, so I think that means that you booked it, right? And I was I don't know. I had never been put on hold for a project before. Basically, on hold means that the client has you, like they want you, they think they want to book you, so you can't like be casted for anything else that's filming on that day. Like you have to kind of dedicate yourself to that day just in case they want you. And at that point I was like, no, like I just told my dad, like I just got super excited, like I can't do this anymore. And I actually tweeted it too. I was like, I just booked an acting job. Like I was like dead set on having this role, and then I was like, wait, maybe I didn't get it. And at that point I was like devastated. I'm like, maybe I didn't actually get it. And I remember that a few weeks went by. I was like 2 weeks maybe not a few, but like 2 weeks. And that's a long time to wait if you're waiting on news, you know, like if you're waiting on something that you're like really looking forward to and really want to know. And then I remember I was in Pennsylvania, I was visiting my BFF Julia, and I randomly get an email from my agent with all of the booking info and filming info, and I was like, wait, I guess that means I got it. Like they never officially called me and said, you booked the job, which I was kind of expecting, you know, but they just emailed me all the filming information. I was like, sweet. Oh, and I remember when I was on hold, they actually called me and asked if I could do calligraphy, which is like that fancy writing, because they needed somebody for that for the film. But I'll talk about that later. And I said, no, I can't do calligraphy. And I was so worried that that would like ruin my chances, but it didn't. But they called, and so that got me also worried. But I finally got the booking information. I was set. I was like prepared for it, so it wasn't like this big gust of like, ah, like I actually had that big gust of excitement when I first found out, but it actually was kind of fake because I was actually on hold. But you know, I was super excited. Like I couldn't be more excited for this. I immediately started memorizing my lines. They like sent me the script and all of the call sheets and everything, and I was super excited. So it was June, it was like mid-June maybe, when we actually got to go film the project, which was really exciting. I actually drove out to Kentucky and I filmed a video called What to Bring on Set as an actor that you may have seen. And then finally, the next day I got to go to set. I was probably never more excited in my life. Like as somebody that loves working behind the scenes on films as well as like acting, like film acting is my dream. This is like my ideal place. I knew that this would be a great opportunity regardless to just like see a project come together and just like be on a set. But as soon as I got there, I was like, this is my happy place. Like this is where I'm meant to be. Like this was kind of the project that like confirmed for me that I wanted to like go to school for film production. I'm not even kidding. So on the day of filming, I actually tried to vlog, but they didn't want me to vlog because it was such like a short production process, which I totally understand. And their clients from the museum were gonna be there, so like they didn't want me distracted or anything, and I also didn't want to be distracted. You know, I wanted to be able to focus on the role. But since I didn't get to, that's why I wanted to do the vlog of like seeing the museum and everything. So I was actually the first one called on set, so I was like the very first one to get there. I remember me and my mom pulled up and there was actually like nobody there, and I was like, wait, did we come on the wrong day? Like I was low-key freaking out. But soon enough, the lady that I was actually in contact with, she was like the creative person of the whole film. She gave me all the information on like what to wear and all that kind of stuff. She helped me a lot with like the call sheets. Her name was Kay. She was like so sweet. And she got there first with us and we were able to go into the studio. The film was filmed by Solid Light Incorporated, so that's where like the studio was that I went to and everything. Amazing people. I cannot tell you how great those people were. So the first thing I saw when I got there was like this huge green screen room. I actually have a video of it, but I got there and it was like this room surrounded by green screen. I was like, shoot, it's just like such an aesthetic, you know? I was like, yes. So after I got there, I actually met up with the makeup person. She was super sweet, sat in the makeup chair and got my makeup done for a while. I explored the studio, I talked to the director, I talked to the clients of the museum, and they actually told me like that my audition was really impressive to them, which is something that I don't hear very often. You know, you never hear back from casting directors and directors like about how you did and stuff. And so that was really cool to hear. Like they told me that I was perfect for the role, and that just goes to show you that even though I felt like it was a sucky audition and I know that my performance wasn't great, a ton of booking the role is just looking the part and acting the part, which is something we tend to forget. We tend to be super critical on ourselves for performance, but sometimes you just book roles based on, you know, being good for the part. So just keep that in mind. Basically, I got to talk to the director and he told me that stuff, and then it was time to go on set. I was super excited. I was super nervous, but I was also excited. Everyone on the set around me was super welcoming and nice. I felt comfortable enough to give my best performance, which is always something amazing going into like filming, like just knowing that you're going to be comfortable and able to give your all. That is a really good feeling. So I went back into the green screen room and it was completely transformed. They actually transformed it while I was getting my makeup done, and it was made into this set. So basically I got to stand in the middle and there was like 3 green screens around me. There was another set to the aside, but I'll talk about that later. Basically, there was a couple of cameras pointing at me that actually had teleprompters on them. I told you guys how I was super memorized and I started preparing early, but there was actually a teleprompter, but it was still really good that I was memorized. And then there was like probably 10-ish camera guys behind the camera, so there was like a lot of people watching me, also like the makeup person and my mom and stuff like that. But that's how it was like behind the camera. So I did have some people looking at me, but like I said, I felt very comfortable. And they were using a red camera, and for all of you film majors out there, people that are super into cameras, you know what a red camera is, and girl, it was amazing. It was stunning. But they basically filmed me doing my 3 monologues that I had, and those monologues were dispersed throughout the film, but I did them all in one take, multiple times. The director would come over and give me like different notes and tell me what I was doing well and what he wanted me to do differently, and then the makeup lady came over and like fixed up my face, but basically I was doing the same 3 monologues over and over again, and that was for that part. I was actually losing my voice that day because I just like had like a long weekend previously to that, and I was kind of getting sick, so towards the end there, those shots were probably terrible, but I got through it, which is good. And it's okay to mess up, you know, they don't expect you to be perfect. It was so cute because my mom was actually going around the set and they were like showing her where to go to get like these cute behind the scenes pictures and everything. My mom was thriving. She's not super into film, but she loves seeing me do what I love, and that was really emotional to me. To see her having a good time and seeing me having fun and getting to experience it with her was really awesome. So the second part of my filming was actually the speaking part. So I got to go into a different part of the set, and they actually had like a desk set up. I was supposed to be like writing, so they basically just got like close-up shots of like my hand going up to my face. You'll see those if you watched the vlog previously. I showed you some of those shots, but they were like super close up, so that's what we filmed there. I wasn't really talking, and like I said, they needed like a calligrapher to write the cursive, and they actually had a calligrapher come and be my hand, so it was really cool that she got to like wear my sleeve. And so after I was done filming, it probably took like a half an hour to film all that, but after I was done filming, I got to watch her, and that was really cool to see it all come together. And it was also cool because they had like a big viewfinder set up that I could see too while I was filming, and the camera guys were super nice. Like, they were joking around with me, giving me different emotions to make while I was doing those close-up shots, and I got to see it all come together on the viewfinder, which was really cool in a film perspective. And then we finally just broke for lunch, and we got to eat Chinese food with all of the people on set.
And cutting. Alright, that's lunch.
And we got to talk to the director and a bunch of other people, and it was just really awesome to talk to everyone on set, and they were asking me about college and like giving me film tips and stuff like that, and wishing me the best. And like I said, it was overall just an amazing experience to get to meet everyone that was on set. It was really awesome, and that was definitely a day that I'll never forget, and those memories are priceless. And it was so exciting to see it finally come together when I went to the museum to see the film. So definitely check out that video if you haven't seen it already. So yeah, that was all the behind the scenes info on this film. I really hoped you guys liked hearing it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you want to see more behind the scenes videos like this, and me taking you places and showing you everything that I can when it comes to my projects and my theater and stuff like that. Also, leave me any video requests down below that I can make for you guys. I can't wait to keep making more content for you guys this school year and making weekly videos. I'm so excited. Subscribe to this channel for weekly acting videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!